Hi guys, I just wanted to come in here and share a message with you really quick. And I've had a couple of clients that have been through a lot in the last couple of weeks, months, dealing with their family who are sick. And I've been through a lot as well, a lot of emotional pain, and I thought I'd make this quick video to share how to deal with it. And my client just messaged me. He's a gentleman who's optimizing his life, trying to do really good things, quit the porn habit, and he was kind of missing for 2 weeks, just no message. He said his mother was sick and he was helping out with that. There's a lot of cravings, a lot of stress, and I just kind of lightly checked in with him now and then, and he finally checked back in with me, and he said, I'm sorry for not getting back to you. My mother just passed away a couple of days ago. And I've been dealing with that. And all I want to say is sometimes the world can be pretty harsh, and the best thing you can do is go through the pain, go through the fire. And there's sometimes nothing that you need to do, because we live in a world that is always trying to escape bad feelings and pain, and sometimes we have these really hard-hitting situations that hit us out of nowhere, and just completely blindside us. And the default that myself, you, people I work with, everybody, the default is to get as far away from that pain and that discomfort as possible. And I just want to say, if you're seeing this video, my heart goes out to you, and I'm so sorry that you lost your mother. Anyways, this video has been a long time coming because I recently went through some really difficult emotional, let's call it trauma. It's when you're living your life and you have your reality, and then something happens dramatically to change that reality. Like somebody you love dies, or a partner, somebody you're in a relationship with cheats on you, or something, or something happens that disrupts your way of life. It disrupts your belief system, your life, your view. And when that disruption happens, then trauma, which is basically a high dose of energy that enters you, hits you really hard. And what is really important more than anything is how you process that high hit of energy. All right. So when you're dealing with somebody passing away, the only way to deal with it is to allow that high impact energy, that pain, allow yourself to lean into it, allow yourself to just cry and just let that go through you and let those emotions happen. Don't try to escape it. And the best way to do that, it is so incredibly difficult. It's like you're hanging off the edge of a cliff. When I tell you to lean into your emotions and lean into the pain and allow it to go through you and do what it needs to do, that's kind of like me saying you're hanging at the edge of a cliff. It's like 100-foot drop, and if you let go of that cliff, you're gonna die. And I'm telling you, the only way you're gonna get better is you gotta let go. It's terrifying. You don't want to let go. And it's terrifying. You don't want to go into those negative emotions, right? But if you go into the negative emotions and you don't try to escape it, and you just sit down and you just whether you have to cry or you just let it go through you and let it do what it needs to do. Don't try to escape it. Don't try to dodge it. Don't try to distract it with like social media and like, oh my God, like my goals, my work. Like that's what I used to do. Maybe the gym. There's so many external escapes to just avoid that incredibly painful feeling of just being with the pain. But here's what happens. If you're with the pain and you sit with it and you don't run away from it, it may take 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Keep leaning into it. If you do that, it will eventually reach the end of its own energy cycle and just exit your system forever. That is the proper way to deal with negative emotions, trauma, things that happen in your life that are incredibly difficult and you just don't know what to do. If you do this and you lean into it and you allow yourself to feel absolutely miserable and completely depressed and whatever the feelings, the emotions are, allow it to happen and just sit with it. You sit with it and it will reach its natural end and it will leave you and it will never haunt you. Because if you don't do this and you do what we've done all our lives, which is run away from every difficult feeling, then when you try to do things like quit porn or quit alcohol or quit smoking or, when you try to quit those things, these things come back at you full force and they like really try to pull you back down, all right? Why not call them these ghosts, right? They'll haunt you and they will not stop. They'll make your journey incredibly difficult. But if you learn and you practice going through it and processing and going through the feelings and allowing them to be and reach their natural end by just sitting with them and not trying to change it or logically think your way out of it, but just being in it, then it will dissolve, it will release, it will escape, it will go. So it comes in high energy impact, processing it, releasing it naturally. It just naturally wants to leave you, it wants to exit. Then you feel all right, you feel good, you feel okay. This is how you process, this is how you self-regulate. Self-regulation is critical. This is how you handle really big cravings in your life. This is how you have a healthy life. This is how because life is never gonna stop throwing major rocks at you, but that's not important. What's important is how you process those rocks, how you internalize it, and how you let it go so that you can feel lighter, stronger, and whatever else you do in your life, you just come at it more efficient, more effective, and you just feel better because you're properly dealing with your emotions rather than stuffing them away, buried, and then you need to pay like a psychologist to really like rip it all open and try to take it all out and fix it. No. When the impact hits you, allow yourself to feel it fully and just lean into it and go through it and do it for as long as you need to. Now, what I've been doing, I'm going to share with you a quick little exercise. All you need to really do is when you have this emotion hit you, right? Whether it's somebody passing away or maybe your girlfriend breaks up with you or somebody cheats on you and you've got that pain, all you got to do is just sit there in a safe environment, all right? Sit, relax. You can close your eyes if you want to and just feel it, all right? Just feel it wherever it is inside you. I feel it in my chest right now and just breathe through it. Do that 5 or 6 times. Then take a pause and see if you could still feel it. I feel like it's kind of disappeared a little bit already through that breathing. So I'm just going to try and re-pinpoint where that feeling is. Do the breathing exercise one more time. Just a really deep breath in and a really deep breath out. Those deep breathing movements really kind of I don't know the exact science behind it, but it stimulates certain nerves and it helps really relax you, and it almost massages you from the inside out. So it's basically what you're doing here is you're going through the pain, you're sitting with the pain, you're not escaping the pain, yet you're soothing it with this deep breathing and relaxation. So you're kind of showering yourself with love and kindness. You're just kind of like massaging that pain with the breath. And what's going to happen is that pain is going to loosen up, and just kind of open up and leave, all right? If you practice this with the difficult things that happen in your life, you're just going to start to feel better. It's the right way to deal with things. There's no other way to deal with things. Then when you move into more advanced situations like dealing with difficult cravings, like let's say you're doing, no alcohol, you're doing no porn streak, any one of those things, when those massive cravings come at you, that again is high energy hitting you like a form of trauma. And if you don't know how to deal with it, you're just going to stuff it away and try and do other things. But if you do this and you make this an active exercise, even a few minutes a day, 2 minutes a day is all it takes to actively practice this, then you're going to get into the situation where you properly release it. You properly let it go. Those cravings no longer build up pressure and destroy you. Those cravings just come in, they get naturally diffused back out. Then you go back to normal, you move on to your task, you reap the benefits of your streak. And that's how you do it. That's the secret. That is the secret. And you practice with these small emotional pains that come up in your life. That's an opportunity to practice. And I promise you, if you do this, you're going to feel incredible. You're going to start to feel much better. And it's a much healthier alternative to what the rest of society is doing, which is just hiding it, masking it, band-aiding it, and then moving on with their life. And then 30 years later, they have these like major addictive problems and so many issues, right? This is the healthy way to deal with things. Now, I'm so sorry for anyone that has ever gone through something painful like this. I wish it wasn't the way of the world, but it is. And the only thing I want to say and share with you is there will come a point. I've been through my share of pain, and recently, about a month ago, I went through something really traumatic, and maybe I'll share with you guys soon. But when you practice what I'm sharing with you right now, I promise you, you feel a lot stronger. You feel like the suffering and the pain of the world that's given to you is actually a gift, because there's nothing that you can't handle. You will get through it. You will come out of it feeling a lot better. I promise you this. Everything that is ever given to you that's difficult, I promise you, it is a gift in one way or another. All right? It may not be understandable right now, but it is a gift. It's either the gift of being able to practice something that will help you grow and live a much more fulfilled and rich life, or it's a gift of steering you away from something that might be not good for you. Either way, the hardest things in this life that are given to you are potentially gifts. You could turn it into a gift and you can learn from it. You could practice. And the greatest gift you could ever have from pain, whether it's somebody passing away or dealing with some sort of trauma, the absolute greatest gift that I know of so far is that it teaches you how to regulate and process the pain. Because if you learn that and you start practicing that tool, you become pretty much unstoppable. And eventually, not saying that these memories will disappear, they may be there, but they'll never have the potency to control you or to destroy you, or you have a little bit more freedom. So gosh, this short video was not short at all. It's a huge rant, but I think it was really important. So I'm just going to keep this raw and unedited, and I just want to share it with you. Maybe it'll land with somebody, maybe not. But hey, if you find this helpful and you think somebody else might find this video helpful, please share it with them. And let's give this gift. And I want to put more energy into this kind of training around like how to handle difficult things in life, harmful, difficult emotions, because nobody's taught us this, and it's taken me 35 years to learn it. I wish I learned it as a child, which I'm teaching my son right now. He's 3 years old. I'm teaching him how to do this fun thing where like I'll hold up these candles when he's really upset, and I just tell him like, it's totally fine that you're upset. I love you unconditionally. I know you're upset. I'm acknowledging his upset, and I teach him to blow out candles. I'll hold 5 candles up, and he'll just he'll breathe through the candles, and then I ask him how he feels, and he's like, oh, I feel good, right? So cute. So I'm teaching him and his brain at a young age on how to do this kind of regulation, how to process things properly, instead of the default, which is like what I see other parents teaching their children is like, oh, if the children hurts themselves, quickly distract them and like give them a toy. But it's like, oh, okay, well then the child never got a chance to actually process that energy impact. So it just got stuck there and you distracted them. And that's how we live our lives. It's insane, right? But hey, we got to learn sometime, right? So this is my attempt at taking something that's so tragic. And I'm going to get back to my client. I haven't even responded to him yet, but maybe I'll send him this video and I'll send him some kind words because I truly appreciate him. I know how incredibly difficult this situation is. I mean, I just cried about it for 20 minutes before I started this video, and I allowed myself to get upset. You know, I allowed that. I used this tragedy to really lean into it myself, even though it wasn't directly happening to me. But I used this opportunity to let that come up for me and just go through it. I feel okay right now, right? I was upset. Breathed through it, talked about it. That's it. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Just a quick heads up. I'm heading away for about 15 days. I'll be offline. I might shoot a couple of videos here and there, but I'm going to a Tony Robbins event in a couple of days, which is very exciting. Can't wait to share more about what I learned from the Tony Robbins event. And then I'm heading off the grid camping for 10 days, and I'm really excited about that. I might shoot some video while I'm out there. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry it was freaking so long, but really important message I wanted to share. We'll chat with you guys soon. Take care.